microcosm, and folks can pull up the specific numbers on this, but generally, animal ID, premises ID, the Agriculture Department's stated policy, because you said, you know, that the Department of Commerce, you know, might as well publicly say they have an anti-small business view.
Absolutely.
But with the Agriculture Department, they openly say get big or get out, and the vast majority of the farm subsidies go to big agribusiness because they're designed to even be able to take it. The little guys can't get it. And now the big guys publicly in the last year gave hundreds of millions of dollars to try to pass the animal ID, premises ID, and other laws and the Safe Food Act and all that to openly shut down the little guys when almost all the violations are by big mega agribusiness. And it turns out big mega agribusiness wrote those regulations and admitted it was to shut down their competition. I mean, this is the name of the game.
Absolutely. You know, it's people, you know, if you talk to, you know, people on the street, it's hard for them to understand that the government is as corrupt as it is. It's just, you know, when you look at any congressional committee, you'll see that the majority of the political contributions to the members of Congress on that committee come from the industry they're supposed to regulate. It's that way across the board. In fact, I was thinking about this small business issue. You know, I'm going to the Supreme Court to try to get the phone records of an SBA executive. I filed my 14th Freedom of Information lawsuit against the Obama administration yesterday. I think I'll probably file as many as 50 before the year's over. And this is from a guy who said he's kind of the most transparent administration in history. But people just don't realize how corrupt the government is because the big corporations control all the committees. In the Small Business Committee, for example, Boeing is a major contributor to both the House and Senate Small Business Committee. And whenever there's a hearing on small business policy, the American Small Business League is never called, but Boeing, you know, is called to testify. But it's that way in every area of government. I was watching Terror Storm the other night again. And that's, by the way, that's a fantastic movie. Anyone that hasn't seen that should watch it. That's really, I love it. But it really just shows to me that in every area of government, you know, this corruption is just rampant. It's just so upsetting.
Well, it is. Looking at Obama's speech, he's talking about getting rid of the tax write-offs that are there or reducing them. I mean, here in my office, even though we know the income tax is paid to the Federal Reserve and it's a fraud, the point is if we don't pay it all, dot the I's, cross the T's, they're going to come in here and shut me down. I'm under a magnifying glass. But I look at it, my employees pay taxes. They've written the laws now, the CPAs have explained and showed me, where we can't even write off computers or building a wall in the office or expanding. And now they're going to get rid of even more of the write-offs. And then meanwhile, the big international corporations like GE and others, they write the laws themselves through the lobbyist, where they're exempt from everything. And it's just incredible that small businesses can even stay afloat anywhere the way this has been set up. I mean, it's so incredible that I pay so much more money than General Electric does, people that make hundreds of billions of dollars a year, and that's just domestically. Then they have all their offshore tax-free operations. And then my taxes don't even go to the country. It goes to the private Federal Reserve.
Yeah, it's shocking to think that, was it ExxonMobil that paid no taxes last year?
Yes.
Yeah, and now GE's paying no taxes, and small businesses are going to have their taxes raised. It's just unbelievable. And
Obama calls that liberal. I mean, what do all these blue-collar supporters of Obama that think there's a free lunch somewhere, what are they going to do as more businesses shut down and they lose their jobs? I guess we'll go above 44 million on food stamps.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. It's hard. In fact, I'll say it's almost impossible to get this in the mainstream media. We're talking about GE. You know, GE owns NBC. And, you know, you can't get stories about GE, you know, in the press. You can't. In fact, I was watching some major news network every day, and I saw an ad for Boeing. If you'll watch any major news channel, you'll see these ads for Boeing and Lockheed and the American Petroleum Institute. Why is Boeing running ads on national television? What is Boeing selling that the American people can buy? they run ads on these national news channels to control the media so they won't run any negative stories about
Monsanto, Archer's Daniel Midland, the defense contractors. These are ads for stealth bombers on the news I've been seeing for decades. They're not selling stealth bombers to consumer TV audiences. They're paying off the media.
Absolutely.
Or they're, in the case of GE, just putting money in another one of their subsidiaries. Stay there. I want to get more into Obama's speech, your latest press release on this with Lloyd Chapman, the president of the American Small Business League.
Iodine protection packs from hempusa.org are now in stock for immediate delivery worldwide. Our iodine protection packs include microplant powder, green life kelp, red palm oil, and our clear roll-on iodine that will feed the body the iodine it needs. All iodine protection packs are in stock, save you money, and ship for free in all 50 states. Visit hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. The earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster that killed thousands of Japanese citizens is nothing compared to the devastation that could be caused by hyperinflation that will soon hit the United States and could lead to millions of Americans becoming homeless, all caused by the devalued U.S. dollar. While the mainstream media continues to ignore inflation, our friends at the National Inflation Association provide a free weekly newsletter that educates Americans to the facts and truth about the U.S. economy and inflation. I urge you to sign up at the NIA's free newsletter at www.inflation.us to learn how you can not only survive, but prosper during the upcoming hyperinflation crisis. Silver has more than doubled since the NIA declared silver the best investment for the next decade on inflation.us. The NIA's team of expert economists are happy to answer any economic questions you have about inflation, debt, currencies, real estate, precious metals, and commodities. Visit inflation.us to learn the economic truth that the mainstream media ignores.
This message starts with a great offer from Big Berkey Water Filters because we don't want you drinking dangerous water 1 minute longer. Right now, purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of 2 Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or our new sight glass spigot absolutely free. Why do this? Because over 60% of municipal water is fluoridated, and at less than 2 cents per gallon, Berkey Water Filters purify both treated and untreated water, removing dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, so they're perfect for rainwater collection systems and emergency preparedness. Remember, Big Berkey includes free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BIGBERKEY waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call today 1-877-99-BERKEY.
$349, $359, $379. How much pain at the pump can you handle? Ease your pain now. Did you know you can increase gas mileage by 25 to 45% or even as high as 60% by adding water? Go to SaveYourGasMoney.com and learn how you can save an average of $750 to $1,850 per year with our hydrogen on-demand technology. Running our hydrogen gas through your engine is the equivalent of using 140 octane fuel. See how it works at SaveYourGasMoney.com. We have 2 complete systems for all cars, trucks, and SUVs for gas and diesel engines. Our gas-saving stainless steel units install easily in about 2 hours with no engine modifications and no extra parts needed. It's completely safe, American-made, requires no maintenance, comes with a lifetime warranty, great technical support, and same-day shipping. Visit SaveYourGasMoney.com or call 888-887-9981. That's 888-887-9981. Ease your pain at the pump with SaveYourGasMoney.com.
I know most of you, the audience of the syndicated broadcast, totally get it. But for new listeners, I want to simplify this as much as I can and then get Lloyd Chapman, president of the American Small Business League's take on it. It's very simple. The Republicans are saying all corporations are wonderful, perfect. They made the sun rise this morning. The Democrats are saying government is wonderful. They made the sun rise this morning, and corporations are bad. The truth is, the mega corporations are above the law, wrote the law with loopholes. They're offshore, and they are globalist. They are bad. They've created a rigged playing field with it tilted against the little guys, and they are coming in and now lobbying to raise taxes on the middle class when most of it gets paid to them in corporate welfare. And the Republicans won't tell you that. I see these videos circulating like Eat the Rich. And it says even if you took all the rich people's money, the $1.5 trillion, it'd be gone within 3 months of the first year's budget. And that's true. But they don't tell you that there's 3 to 4 to 5, depending on how you break it down, that money offshore, they take offshore. That's the difference. Going over Obama's speech and where this is going, this is pretty scary, Lloyd. And now they're saying if we try to cut the budget or anything, it's going to cause a default on the dollar. What's your view on Obama's speech? I thought it was pretty horrifying.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just horrifying is the word. That's the word. It's horrifying. Did you notice how what he called raising taxes? I was actually watching Comedy Central, and they're making fun of him. When Obama was elected, Stephen Colbert actually kind of teared up. Now Comedy Central, Jon Stewart, they're making fun of him. He called raising taxes on small businesses spending cuts in the tax code. Did you catch that one?
Yes.
Spending cuts in the tax code. Yeah, he's raising taxes on small businesses. To tell you the truth, the most amazing thing to me about his speech was how non-specific it was. You could sit there and watch it, and I was actually taking notes because I had to talk about this, and there was really, it was just very vague. And also the thing that amazed me was how he goes out 12 years to make it sound like it's a lot of money. You're not going to be in office in 12 years. You're probably going to be in office in 24 months. And it's just really bizarre how he says, yeah, it's going to save X number of dollars over the next 12 years. Well, your policies won't be in place 12 years from now. No matter what policy they pass now, that won't be in place.
Well, they always say we're going to leave Iraq in 2 years, and 2 years later they don't.
Yeah.
They're calling the war a kinetic action, and they're saying ground troops are just advisors. I mean, this is and now tax increases are cleaning up tax exemptions. This really is Orwellian.
Yeah, I'll tell you something funny. You can't believe anything that Obama says. Remember, I'm embarrassed to say and remind you that I campaigned for Obama. I would do radio shows campaigning for him. I met him. I talked to him. I thought he was going to be great. And he's gone back on every single campaign promise he made. I literally can't think of anything that he said he was going to do that he's done. I really am not aware of it.
And he's taken every Bush corrupt policy, because these guys are just front men, and put it in high gear, and Democrats are like, we like torture. We like war now. We like GE robbing us. It's fun.
Well, I'll tell you something that amazes me. I think I saw a poll that he has something like a 95% approval rating with African Americans, and minorities don't understand that he is dismantling all federal contracting programs for minorities. There's a federal law that says 5% of all government contracts should go to minorities. And within 90 days of being elected, he sent a memo out to the Pentagon to start dismantling that program. And there's no publicity on it. There's no press. So the first black president and the first African-American attorney general are dismantling the federal programs to help minorities get government contracts, and no one seems to know about it. But you have to remember, when you see Obama on television, he's reading every word he's saying. He's reading it. And he looks left and right like he's, looking at the crowd. He's reading it off of teleprompters. One of my staff, back when we were campaigning for him, went to a campaign speech and sat behind him, and he said he's looking at these two clear plastic, teleprompters reading the speech. But when you see it on television, and he's looking to the left and looking to the right and looking to the center, looks like he's, looking everybody in the eye. He's reading everything he says.
And the news for over a year and a half would never pull back and show the teleprompters. Yeah. And that's what I told Republicans when I saw his real policies, even before he got into office. I said, you Republicans, it's all about the surface. Well, he's a Democrat, so he must be bad. Yeah. Well, he actually expanded all of the Bush policies, just different rhetoric. All of you Republicans, if you're actually about the real actions, wars, torture, big government, soaking us to corporations.